This investigation uncovered a prostitution operation and an alleged plot to dig up dirt on city officials. The woman at the center of it spoke with Fox 4 tonight.
I believe in justice, and I know that the truth will prevail like it always does.
That's Ashley Ketcherside, a convicted prostitute who in 2023 was removed from overseeing sex education at Godley ISD.
And now her husband is in legal trouble on prostitution charges, as are Godley's former police chief and former police officer. Fox 4's David Sentendrey live tonight with that interview and the details in this tawdry case. David.
Well, there is a web of expanding allegations involving police officials, prostitution, and a whole lot more.
I have not spoken to them. I don't know what their investigation is or what is going on.
Ashley Ketcherside at the center of an ongoing prostitution conspiracy investigation by the Johnson County District Attorney's Office and Texas DPS. Her husband, Michael Ketcherside, charged with continuous promotion of prostitution. Former Godley Chief of Police, Matthew Cantrell, charged with promoting prostitution. Former Godley Police Officer, Solomon Omatoya, charged with soliciting prostitution. Was there prostitution between you, the former chief of police, and that officer?
Absolutely not.
We'll get back to that momentarily, but first, remember, in 2023, Fox 4 broke news that Ketcherside, a convicted prostitute advertising on escort websites, was volunteering on a Godley ISD committee, which, in part, designed sexual education curriculum. She was later removed from multiple positions within the school district.
I truly cannot believe that we're still dealing with this 3 years later.
Godley ISD trustee Kayla Lane blew the whistle to Fox 4 about that story. We'll circle back to her soon. As for the current criminal investigation, are you active on any escort pages right now?
I'm not.
Court documents accuse Ketcherside and her husband of racketeering, operating an illegal business or scheme to make profit while involving coercion, fraud, or extortion. In defending her husband, she disputes the basis for those claims.
He's a great husband, an amazing father to my 3 kids, and I believe in the justice system.
Investigators searched the Ketcherside's home last month. Court documents reveal they seized Ashley's burner phone and uncovered a large number of prostitution clients, including former Officer Omatoya, who solicited Ashley for sex in exchange for doing yard work and other favors. Omatoya led investigators to former Chief Cantrell. According to the documents, investigators uncovered Godley police officers and their spouses would frequently spend time at Ashley and Michael's residence, where Ashley was reportedly preparing another woman for prostitution. Former Chief Cantrell told investigators Ashley's common rate for sex was roughly $1,000 per hour, supporting details investigators found in her phone.
I feel that 2 consenting adults should be allowed to do whatever it is that they want to do.
That's how Ashley responded when asked about prostitution, but to be clear, she denies being a prostitute despite 2 previous convictions. She has not been arrested or charged in the current investigation, though the court documents do identify her as a co-defendant. She also wants to point out she's not a victim.
I was absolutely never trafficked.
This case, however, is about more than prostitution claims. Investigators believe the Ketchersides and former Chief Cantrell compiled information using police resources on local city and school district officials and private citizens who they perceived as adversaries. How they may have used that information is unclear. So at no point did you ask this chief of police or anyone within the Godley Police Department to get you records that weren't going through the correct avenues?
Absolutely not.
Solomon Omatoya told investigators his former chief pulled computerized criminal history records of people involved in a civil lawsuit with Ashley Ketcherside, according to court documents. Kayla Lane, the Godley ISD trustee, is alarmed by the alleged conspiracy.
I'm very glad that the district attorney's office has been taking this seriously, and so I have no doubt that there are more people involved.
Prosecutors say more arrests are anticipated, but despite the multiple arrests so far and sworn statements against Ketcherside to law enforcement, she maintains innocence.
I know that the truth will come out.
Michael Ketcherside's bond is $250,000. He is in the Johnson County Jail. As for the former police chief, his bond set at $100,000. And that former officer, Omatoya, he has posted his bond that was $20,000.